Alabama's WVUA News at 10.
We're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Terry Brewer. John Huddleston is on assignment tonight. The Tuscaloosa City School System says it will rebuild schools destroyed in the April 27th storms. Tonight, the spotlight was on University Place Elementary and Middle Schools, and it was the first chance for parents and citizens to chime in on what they want to see for the future of the school district. WVUA reporter Travis Leader shows you what's on people's minds when it comes to the future of these schools in our top story at 10 o'clock.
Monday night's community meeting gave some parents a look at what's being proposed for rebuilding. Some parents say the addition of a safe room that can hold more than 600 people will ensure their kids will be secure at school.
I was glad to know that there's going to be changes as far as the safety for the kids and our teachers. So it was good to know that, the whole process was thought out, was, for that building to be completely safe.
While the school buildings are a big issue with the community, some are also talking about how the school can do a better job building minds. And one former school teacher wants to see the public schools do better competing with the private schools.
What would entice you? What do you like at your school now? What would entice you to be in a public school? What are the possibilities here? And I think you could generate some ideas and some interest that way.
One concern for some in attendance was the low turnout.
As a parent, you never ever want to be misinformed about anything. You don't want anything to go by you and you not know.
We just need to encourage people and really have it out there in the media. These meetings are important, and this is your opportunity. Be part of the energy of rebuilding.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
Now, there are still several more meetings you can attend. Meetings about University Place Elementary will be held Tuesday, April 17th at 6 p.m. and Tuesday, May 1st at 6 p.m. Meetings about the future of Alberta Elementary are set for Thursday, May 17th, Thursday, May 24th, and Thursday, May 31st. All of those meetings will start at 6 o'clock, and they'll be held in the Central High School auditorium. New at 10 o'clock tonight, we're taking you to Northport, where the city's advisory council is looking at issues affecting the city's future. The Northport Advisory Council met tonight at Wenzel's Oyster House to discuss the updates on the financial condition of the Tuscaloosa County school system. Chief Financial Officer Patrick Connor of the Tuscaloosa County Schools was the guest speaker and talked about the struggles the school system is facing. Connor has recently announced plans to take a position in North Alabama, and Connor says in his last weeks in the Tuscaloosa County Schools, he hopes to make some important changes, made to the education budget.
Ad valorem taxes are the logical source, but the citizenry in Tuscaloosa County has 3 times in the past voted down property taxes. As a matter of fact, the last time Tuscaloosa County voted for a property tax increase was in 1917.
Also at the meeting, WVUA caught up with Northport Mayor Bobby Herndon, who had good things to say about business development in the city. He says new businesses who've made their home in Northport are fitting in great.
Hobby Lobby is doing very well, and the retail store that I mentioned a few minutes ago was Big Lots, and they have signed their lease and turned construction plans in, so they should be coming to Northport also. But there's been other stores and businesses, attorneys' firms, dress shops, things like this, and we appreciate them all for thinking of Northport. I hate it for Tuscaloosa. I hate the tornado ever came, but I'm glad we have places for these businesses to move to.
Herndon also says he's excited to see even more new businesses coming to Northport in the future. Today marks the beginning of A-Day week for Crimson Tide fans. Now, the big A-Day game is set for 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Admission is free. It will be carried on Comcast Sports South. And remember, Alabama's home team, WVUA TV, is the place for A-Day coverage. We'll have a live A-Day special edition of Crimson Tide Kickoff live from the Capstone. All of that is ahead for you this Saturday, April 14th. Speaking of that, a big weekend is on the horizon for the city of Tuscaloosa. The amphitheater is hosting Luke Bryan on Friday. Of course, that's just before A-Day on Saturday at the university. Businesses downtown stayed busy with the Hank Williams Jr. concert this past weekend, and many are expecting the Luke Bryan concert to keep them just as busy with a more youthful crowd this Friday.
I think Bryan appeals to a younger audience, and I think it's going to be a little bit more tame, but yet younger and a more energetic crowd. It being a college town and just being more of a youthful kind of event will be a little bit better.
And businesses along the Tuscaloosa Strip are also expecting a big boost from Saturday's Airdate crowd. On your Crime Watch tonight, authorities are looking for a man convicted of murder who officials say has escaped from a state prison in Greensboro. WVUA reporter Jennifer Edwards was in Hale County today and has more.
Police are looking for 42-year-old Timothy Richards. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 230 pounds with blue eyes and blonde hair. According to the Alabama Department of Corrections, Richards was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison back in February 2000 in Walker County. According to officials, the state cattle ranch is a minimum security prison. Richards was placed there because of his clean record while in prison.
Even though he has that conviction, he's still eligible to be a minimum security inmate based on his time served, based on his minimum release date, based on his disciplinary history. He was in prison for 14 years without a single disciplinary action.
The Alabama Department of Corrections says Richards could not be located during an inmate count. Authorities say all appropriate law enforcement agencies were notified at the time of the escape.
We've put out a bolo to be able to look out for all over the state. Primarily, it's the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Regional Fugitive Task Force, and we actually have 3 officers that are assigned to that task force, along with other law enforcement agencies around the state. They make up that Marshals Task Force, and it's a priority for us through the Marshals Task Force to continue the search and to find this inmate.
The Hale County Sheriff's Office was unavailable for comment, but Sheriff Ken Ellis says the search continues for Timothy Richards. Reporting in Hale County, Jennifer Edwards, WVUA News.
Now here's another look at Timothy Richards. If you have any information on where he might be, officials ask you to call your local law enforcement agency immediately. Meanwhile, the medical report has come in for the case of Trey Jones, who officials say fell in the Black Warrior River last week. Now, according to Captain Lloyd Baker with the Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Unit, 20-year-old Jones's official cause of death is drowning. Captain Baker also says Jones' body showed no signs of any other trauma. Now, officials say Jones fell into the Black Warrior River during a party on the Bama Bell late Thursday night. His body was recovered from the river Friday afternoon. Authorities still do not know exactly what happened on the boat that led to Jones' death. The Tuscaloosa Center for Technology offers real-world occupational experience for students, including construction. Now, recently, construction and art students were asked to take on a different kind of assignment. WVUA reporter Taylor Montgomery has more on a special desk for one student.
In the year since the April tornado disaster in Tuscaloosa, many things have been rebuilt. Some aspects of rebuilding, though, are more special than others. Yasmin Williams is a 7th grader at Eccles Middle School. She has cerebral palsy, but thanks to some generous hands at the Tuscaloosa Center for Technology, she now has her own handcrafted, hand-painted desk.
Everything that we try to do is to help rebuild this town. And especially after the thousands of buildings that were devastated from the tornado, this is the age group that's going to build them back. And our classes and the TCT take it as a great responsibility that we have to produce the right student to be able to rebuild the town correctly.
The desk will help Yasmin with therapy and with everyday tasks like eating and doing homework. The desk was constructed with care and love by students at TCT.
I was more than excited to do it because it's extremely inspiring. It's not just something that I'm doodling or doing for fun. It's something that's for somebody else, and it's going to be with them forever. It's going to make a mark.
The impact was great. The students were asking almost on a daily basis, can we work on the desk? Can we work on Yasmin's desk? Can we look at that? Have you uploaded more pictures to the Facebook page? So the students really engaged it. They wanted to be a part of it and took a great level of care onto the quality of the cuts, onto the effort that they put into it. It wasn't just something that they just ran through a saw and then stuck together.
As the one-year anniversary of the April tornado disaster draws closer, we are reminded not only are buildings being rebuilt, hearts are too. In Tuscaloosa, Taylor Montgomery, WVUA News.